All right, guys, a little bit of homework help. Again, 10 problems. I'm going to do 5 of them with you. There's kind of like a disclaimer. I'm going to show you how to work all these. You need to know how to work all these. But if worst comes to worst, just use the calculator. Okay? But let's look at them. I put dots by 5 problems that I'm going to work out because I tried to give you some examples from some different types. Some with decimals, some with mixed numbers, and so on. So if you can listen and follow along and you understand the 5 that I'm doing, you ought to be able to do the other 5 too. I'm going to start with this one, and I really don't have a lot of room to write and show my work, so I'm going to work it someplace and then we'll drag it and then erase, okay, as we go through. Let's look at this one. I've got a whole number and I've got a fraction. I can't do that. I've got to make them both into fractions. Well, this one already is, but this one isn't. Anytime I want to take a number and turn it into a fraction, I just put it over 1. So I'm just going to try to work this up here. So I've got 1 over 1 plus negative 12 over 7. Now my denominators are not the same. So I've got to find the least common multiple of both of them. The smallest number that 1 and 7 will both go into is 7. 1 will go into 7, 7 times 1 is 7. Those are equal now. 7 will go into 7 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. Those are equal. Now my denominator is the same. This is where I like to go back and think about money. If I've got $7 but I owe you 12, I pay you the 7, I still owe you 5. So we got negative 5 sevenths. And we're going to look over here, and there it is. I'm going to drag it. It's right there. All right, now I'm going to erase this one. I picked this one. I'm going to write it up here so that I can do it for you. Okay, so we've got 5.4 minus, kind of jumping the gun just a little bit. All right, 5.4 minus negative 1.5. Now remember, when we're subtracting a negative, we take the 2 signs and make a plus out of it. So I'm going to rewrite that underneath it. It's going to be 5.4. Take the 2 signs, make a plus out of it, 1.5. And then at that point, all I've got to do is add. 5 and 1 is 6. 5 and 4 is 9, so it's going to be 6.9, and there we go. So I'm going to drag that over there, and I'm going to erase. So I've done one with a whole number and a fraction. I've done one where I'm subtracting a negative and I turn it into a positive. Let's, I got 3 over here. I like to do easy first. It's who I am. That way I get the ball rolling. This is the easiest one of all of them. 6.8 minus 9.9. Now think about money again. If you've got $6.80, you can't pay me $9.90. You know you're going to owe me some. So I know this is going to be a negative. So 6.8 minus 9.9 should give me negative 3.1. You can punch that in the calculator, check my math on it, but anyway, it's right there. Drag it over and put it in place. All right, so let's do this one. I'm going to write it over here, that way I'm not blocking everything. But I don't have a lot of room to work, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing a little bit of it first. I can't work very well like this with the mixed numbers, so I've got to turn it into an improper fraction. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So that's the same thing as negative 5 over 2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, negative 5 over 2. And then I'm subtracting a negative. If I'm subtracting a negative, I take the 2 signs, remember I make a plus out of it. A plus out of it. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 3 is 24. So I've got 24 over 7. My denominators are not the same. So I've got to find the least common multiple. The least common multiple of 2 and 7 is 14. 2 will go into 14 7 times 5 is 35. 7 will go into 14 2 times 24 is 48. And I'm going to add those together. I know it's my base is going to stay 14, and that's supposed to be 14, but I'm kind of in that dead spot of the board. If I owe you 35 and I have 48, I have enough to pay you, and I'm going to have some money left over. I'm going to have $13 left over. So anyway, it's going to be a 13, and this dead spot of the board's not writing. Well, that part did. It must just start right there. But anyway, it should be 13 over 14. That's right there. So I'm going to drag it to the right place. And there we go. All right, last one I'm going to show you is this one. And I'm going to work it up here because I don't want to get down on my knees over there. I'm old and I might not get back up. So I've got a negative 7 over 4 minus 1/2. Again, my denominators is not the same. I got to find the least common multiple. Least common multiple of 4 and 2 is 4. 4 going to 4 one time. 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. 2 will go into 4 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2. All right. Make sure I'm doing everything right. Okay. So I've got negative 7. And I'm going to subtract 2 from it. And I know my denominator is going to be a 4. So right now, I'm down to only 2 choices I could make. I could make go for here, or I could go for there. If I owe you $7 and I owe somebody else $2, I'm going to owe them $9 altogether. Okay? So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to drag it over to my spot there, and I'm in good shape. Now, those of you who are watching these videos, I really appreciate it, because if I do 5 of them with you and I try to do a mixture so that you've got those examples, you ought to be in good shape. Unfortunately, there's a lot of kids that aren't watching this. If you are watching it, keep it up. Whether you're virtual all the way through November or you're coming back soon, I don't care. Please watch these videos. They can help. If you don't understand something, you can go back, you can watch it again, you can rewind it, whatever you need to, and you can always contact us. Have a great day.